Well, good morning. Just thought I'd share with you a Queensland Railway. Well, it's a bit of a booklet from back in 1971. It was the year before I started school. And in this particular locomotive here, this is a Class 2100. This one is 2102, as you can see up there on the number boards. And yeah, just thought I'd show you a few photos of when they were brought in. Queensland Railways converted from steam back in the 60s. Late 69, I think they finally got rid of all of the steam locomotives and went fully diesel. And the 2100s were among the first. Well, not the first, but you know, they were early in. And these locomotives were brought in specifically for a coal mine out at Goonyella, which is up, well, it's west of Mackay, southwest of Mackay. There's Mackay over there and Goonyella's over there. And it's quite a long line out through that way. And it's 124 miles according to the information there. And they had to chisel their way through a few hills to get the line going. And back in those days they called them work gangs. And that's a spike machine that you see there. It drives the spikes into the sleepers to hold the rails. Timber sleepers and back in those days. And yeah, there's a bit of construction of the bridge, the supports and the struts. And a bit of railway line there that's already built. And that's how they loaded the wagons, the coal wagons back in those days, from an overhead chute from the big coal pile out there at the back. And is that the double header, is it? Oh, it's a triple. It's hard to tell in that photo. 1, 2, yeah, it looks like 3. Yeah, pulling a load of coal wagons from Goonyella back out to Hay Point, and here we have that's how they emptied the wagons. They use the tippers, 2 wagons at a time, and there you see them loading the wagons out at the mine, using a conveyor belt there. Well, they call it a coal stacker. Anyway, these here are high-nose Class 1300s. They're made by General Electric. The Class 2100s are made by like locally in Brisbane by Clyde Engineering. They were one of the major engineering firms in Queensland at the time. There's a few photos there. And there they are in the yards there. That's at Main in Brisbane. Here we had a little diesel hydraulics. They were made in Maryborough by Walkers Limited. They were a reputable company back in the day. I'll just show you one more photo. This is the 13 or 1200, I think. They were made by English Electric back in 1953. I think there was a dozen or so, and they hung on till the early 80s, I think. Like dieselisation didn't last that long as far as passenger services in Queensland. It was like from 70 through to about 82, 83 by the time they electrified all of the lines for suburban railways. But yeah, anywho, just thought I'd show you. There you go. There's some silver lead ingots there. That's out at Mount Isa, another big mining town. And here we are, that's at Roma Street, Brisbane. I caught the train to and from there for many years going to work. I remember it looking a bit like that too, but then it's all changed now. It's all been built over. There's an underground railway now. Rivers, it goes under the river. There we are, even mined zinc back in the day up in Mount Isa. This is what I wanted to show you. Was the different types of rolling stock that they used. There you have what we got there. There's a levered bogie wagon for express general freight, and your aluminium coal wagon for the Gunilo line. They don't look like that anymore. Aluminium bulk grain. Sorry, my camera works terrible. I'm not watching. Dual purpose wagon for haulage of bulk cement or mineral products. Looks a bit different to the European cement wagons. A steel wagon used on the Mount Isa mine. Bogie wagon for fast livestock transport. Here's a refrigerated wagon. This is more the ones that I've seen down in around South Queensland where I live. These steel coal hoppers. That was out at Mara. It was a terrible mine disaster out there when I was growing up as a kid. There's a whole lot of guys that were killed in a mine explosion out there. It caved in. There's the platform bogie wagons for heavy loads, basically containers. And an aluminium coal hopper wagon for the Blackwater and South Blackwater hauls, which is, that's another one. There's a bit of photo of some cattle and sheep. And there we have a nice double header, pulling a whole load of wagons there. So I'll just quickly flip through. There's a little sugar cane train out of Innisfail in cane country. Little narrow gauges, the lines that they have out there. And now, there we are. They were just going into containerisation back in those days. Just started. They were converting over. And there is a container rake. Can't see anything else if just of interest, but anyhow. Yeah, there's one of those 1300s doing the suburban train. Little rail motors. They used to run during the day after peak hour traffic had died down. They'd run them. They still run these up in North Queensland on the tourist lines. They're great little things. That's a workshop. That's out at Redbank. Had a mate that became an apprentice fitter and turner and worked out there back in these days. And anyway, I don't think there's anything much else to show. Well, yeah, how's that for a computer? Modernisation of signalling. Terrific. Times have changed, but I remember these days, and that's Roma Street parklands back in the day. They used to be planted out with pretty little flowers, and that was very, very nice little park. It's gone now. Doesn't look anything like that. It's progress. But anyway, I'll just move this out of the way. This is what I want to show you. Is I recently acquired a Class 2100. This is 2107D. Now D means just the driver. And it's got a bit more of an open windscreen so that yeah, he can operate the train basically by himself. Saves on wages, as they say. This is made by a company called Wuiske. That's Wuiske. I think that's a Dutch name, so that might be Wuiske or Wuiske. Who knows? I'm not Dutch. But yeah, so these are made in Queensland out at Clive Engineering. Inspired by the American design with the shape of the cabin and the set out of the actual train. As you can see, she's a KK, and it's pretty well detailed there. Actually, it's very well detailed. Now I picked this up for $250, which for me is pretty good. These are not a very, Wuiske's not a very big company. It basically caters to a small market, and so it comes in dribs and drabs. And these also come in the 12mm, that's the HON scale. I do have one of those. I haven't taken it out of the box because I haven't got a track that can cater to its needs. The old TT steel track's just not fine enough. Anyhow, I'll just kick this off and give it a run and show you how she operates. When she takes up, anyhow, you've got a bit of movement. So I have no idea what mode is in this. I haven't pulled it apart to have a look, and I've had a look on their website. Didn't reveal what type of motors they use. They are made in Japan. China. So they're very well made and very smooth running models. And, you can see that even with the vents there. So that flicking light is actually the number boards on the front of the train. I'll just put some speed on this, otherwise we'll be here all day. But as you can see, very smooth and quite powerful for its size. I've been really wanting to get one of these for a while. It's just that competition is always pretty fierce when they come up. I finally jagged one on Marketplace, so I didn't quibble on the price. I just agreed straight away, and here she is. I'll just pull her up slow. I'll just show you what kind of a slow speed it can do. And that's pretty realistic for a diesel. I've got my dogs up on my lap here. Get out. Yeah, very smooth. So if you're into Queensland Railway locomotives, Wuiske might be your model company. Very nice. Come on, get down. God, it's Sorry, this thing's trying to get up on my lap. Not the smartest, are you? She's lovely. She's only 1 year old. She's a good girl. Just a bit friendly. So yeah, look, I hope you found something interesting in that. I hope to get 1 or 2 more of these, and some of the I can actually get some of the rolling stock that was used. Sorry, the dog's smacking me around here. Yeah, I'm going to make up a rake of authentic Queensland Railway rolling stock. So, anywho, I'll just show you the top of it too. It's not too bad. There's no spinning fans in there or anything like that. It's, it's just a standard model, but nice enough. So I'll leave you with it, eh? See you later.